Well, now to the impeachment inquiry. President Trump's hand-picked ambassador to the European Union sent shockwaves across the U.S. Capitol today, changing his story and implicating the president in the pressure campaign against Ukraine. KCAL 9's Sarah Donchie is live in the newsroom for us with more on what Gordon Sondland told Congress. Sarah.
Well, Juan, so much to unpack here. The testimony started in the early morning and stretched all the way into the evening. In that hours-long hearing, we learned brand new information in the impeachment inquiry that we hadn't heard before. But Republican lawmakers insist it was much ado about nothing, while Democrats insist it was evidence they feel will bolster their case against the president.
Today's testimony is among the most significant evidence to date.
On July 25th, a member of my staff got a question from a Ukraine embassy contact asking what was going on with Ukraine security assistance.
Longtime Pentagon official Laura Cooper revealing for the first time that Ukrainian officials knew as early as the now infamous July 25th phone call that American aid money was being held up, testifying alongside the Undersecretary of State for Political Affairs, David Hale. This after a full day of explosive and damning testimony from U.S. Ambassador to the EU, Gordon Sondland.
Was there a quid pro quo? The answer is yes.
Ambassador Sondland said he became a reluctant messenger this summer, relaying an ultimatum on the president's behalf. Sondland said he came to understand that Ukraine's new president would not get a coveted White House meeting or crucial military aid unless he announced an investigation into Burisma, the company that employed the son of former Vice President Joe Biden.
This is not President Trump's personal bank account he's writing a check from. This is $400 million of U.S. taxpayer money, is it not?
Absolutely.
And there was a logjam in which the president would not write that U.S. check, you believed, until Ukraine announced these two investigations the president wanted, correct?
That was my belief.
How did you know that? Who told you?
Well, when the president says, talk to my personal attorney, and then Mr. Giuliani, as his personal attorney, makes certain requests or demands, we assume it's coming from the president.
So the president never told you about any preconditions for the aid to be released?
No.
Still, he said knowledge of the scheme went all the way to the top, and that he kept Vice President Mike Pence, acting White House Chief of Staff Mick Mulvaney, Secretary of State Mike Pompeo, and others apprised of his efforts.
Everyone was in the loop. It was no secret.
The hotel mogul can't be dismissed as a disgruntled bureaucrat or never Trumper.
As a lifelong Republican,
he donated $1 million to President Trump's inaugural committee, which helped him secure his post.
You really have no testimony today that ties President Trump to a scheme to withhold aid from Ukraine in exchange for these investigations.
other than my own presumption.
Which is nothing.
Who would benefit from an investigation of the Bidens?
I assume President Trump would benefit.
There we have it, see? Didn't hurt a bit, did it?
So testimony does continue tomorrow with Fiona Hill, a former top Russia expert for the White House, and David Holmes, who testified that he overheard Sondland tell Trump that the Ukrainian president would do the investigations that he asked for. Juan?
All right, Sarah, thanks so much.